Most times you find the number of a house on your letterbox. Sometimes you see it on a wall, but it's not very stylish. Well, I've got a great idea to change that. You want to use an outdoor timber that's durable and will weather well. I've chosen this Kari decking board because I think it will come up an absolute treat. The first thing I need to do is measure it and cut all the pieces to size. So how does it work? These two long pieces will be our backing board. To hold them together, I've just got these two cleats, and that will allow us to have hidden fixings. I've also got a 45-degree angle cut at the top. That way, if water falls, it hits it and runs off. Then I've got this plastic planter, but it looks a bit ugly. So to cover that up, I'm using the other pieces to make a box that it will sit in. Then this will get attached to the front of our backing board. That way, it's not just a house number that will be on here, we'll have greenery. And that's how I fix a boring house number. The next part, I just need to pre-drill some holes. With everything pre-drilled, I'm now going to attach these cleats using some external grade glue and screws. But the trick here is you want to come in about 95mm from each edge. That way, when this is hanging up, you don't see the cleats. And the tip here is when you're working with hardwood timber like this, make sure you pre-drill through both pieces. That way, when you put your screw in, it goes in with ease. With the backing board done, I'll set that aside and it's time to start working on the planter box. For that, I'm going to be using nails to put that together instead of screws, because we can see that the nail head is a lot smaller than a screw head, so it's going to be easier to fill those holes and hide the nail fixings. I'm going to pre-drill the holes first because that's going to make it a lot easier to hit these nails in. And to fill the nail holes, I'm just using a putty. But to get the colour, I've got a Jarrah putty and a natural putty. I'm mixing the two together till the colour matches this timber, and then we're done. While the putty dries, we can see how this works. So our cover will come up to our backing board. That will get fixed from behind. But before we do that, we need to work out how we're going to hold this plastic pot in place. And for that, I've got these L brackets which will sit inside this box. But before we screw this together, I actually need to fix them off. Otherwise, I won't be able to get my drill in there. With the brackets on, we can now glue and screw this planter cover in place.
It's alright if I got you by my side. I know it'll be alright. I know it'll be alright.
With everything fixed in place, now I'm going to give it a quick sand and then go over the whole lot with the natural stain. To mount it, we don't want to see any fixings on the front. We want to keep it nice and clean. So I've gone with the split batten. I've attached one block to this brick wall using some green plugs and galvanised screws, because this is a masonry wall. And then the other half I've attached to the back of our planter. Now they've got a 45-degree cut on it, and it's the opposite cut on this block, which means they simply just get located and slips in place. And look at that. Number 3, easy to see. Love it. Now, I'm definitely not Graham, Charlie, or Melissa, but I do know one thing. You can't stuff it up with succulents. Now, how good does that look? I'm impressed. Whew.